And we're underway. Bermudez chases Gugerty across the ring. It's a 24-foot square ring, a big one.
Gugerty said he wanted to come in and press the action, walk him down, keep pressing forward. The only problem is he's fighting a wrestler in Dennis who, they're the grinder. He's a grinder coming forward also. It'll be interesting to see who can take control of this fight and make them fight their style. A large reach for Gugerty, but the wrestling definitely in Bermudez.
Little bit of a spin there, nothing doing. And now Bermudez again trying to pick up his opponent and throw him to the canvas.
Yeah, Dennis is really looking to clinch and control this upper body and work for those takedowns. But Gugerty promised that he would get 2 or 3 takedowns in this fight also. That wrestling has been a focus of his since getting cut by the UFC.
Knee from Gugerty.
Again, an interesting thing in these fighters where they work those knees to the leg. Very common in mixed martial arts, but could very well be a serious factor in an 8-man Grand Prix format where you have to compete 3 times in one night. And even if you win and you go back and your leg gets sore and you rest for a moment, you could end up with some problems.
Bermudez is so compact. You can see the strength that he possesses against the longer, angular one in Gugerty.
Stylistically, there are some challenges to being a shorter guy having to fight a taller fighter, but he believes he belongs here. He believes that his undefeated record will translate over well to the higher level fighters, and so far he's been very competitive. He's being smart, making the fight be where he wants, and he's walking down Gugerty. He's being the aggressor.
Over 2 minutes in, and still this fight being contested on their feet. And it's basically a clinch fest up against that outside padding.
It's that pummeling, Bruce. Getting an underhook and an overhook, and they're switching. They're both fighting. They're both trying to get that bear hug, so to speak. Both trying to get both their arms underneath the armpits and lock their hands where you can control the takedown. It's an advantage position.
A little short knee registered there by Bermudez. Now Gugerty spins it through the ropes, and the referee jumping in there quickly, Shane Garrett. Now Gugerty's got his opponent up against the ropes, and then a quick turnaround by Bermudez.
There was that promised takedown attempt. Gugerty almost got him down. They slip outside of the ropes, but not an easy man to take down, coming from a quality wrestling background at Queensborough University.
Bermudez missing with a wild right hand. Good footwork by Bermudez.
Gugerty's still going backwards, not the one walking down, not taking the center of the ring as much as I think he'd like to here.
That overhand right didn't do any damage by Bermudez, and then a big right Gugerty missed.
That's where Gugerty needs to fight. Outside of the reach of Bermudez, where he controls the distance, he can land those solid punches like that right hand he did.
If he can land a straight right there, man, he could knock his opponent right down, but he missed. Coming up on a minute to go in this first round.
Back to the clinch here. Again with the takedown attempt by Gugerty, but just not quite technical enough to get it in that instance. They're both in an under-over here.
Here's some knees being registered by Bermudez. He doesn't look at all intimidated in terms of the experience thing we talked about.
Not at all. His confidence level was an all-time high yesterday when we talked. He said, I belong here. I train with these guys. WBC featherweight champion Uriah Faber actually flew him out to train with him. So he's been in there, at least in the gym, with some quality opponents, and he knows he belongs, or he believes that he belongs. And so far, he's doing exactly what he said he would.
And he said that was a great experience, just learning from one of the best.
Yeah, when you go out there and train with Team Alpha Male, I mean, they have a stable of fighters.
Oh! And both fighters come tumbling out of the ring right on our table here.
Right on top of us at the end of the bell, too.
And Bermudez is okay. I don't know if Gugerty hit something or not. He appears to be okay, but it looks like Gugerty hit himself as he came out of the ring right on top of us. He's squinting, pointing to his head.
Gugerty's back seemed to kind of hit on the apron there, and his head came down onto that chair. It didn't seem to be too hard of a fall.
He's okay.
Definitely a shake-up, though. Definitely
he was shaken up, and because these 5 rings just were not firm enough.
Yeah, ultimately they got to tighten these things up, not necessarily Shine Promotions, but those cables there are metal, and they tighten them up. There seems to be a lot of give, and that's...
Now here's a look at it again as they come over to our side, and
that inside trip with the left leg. They go right through the ropes. He doesn't seem to hit hard. I don't see an injury there, but definitely a close call. Very interesting.
And I told you to watch that monitor, didn't I?
Yeah, and the handsome one, Bo One-Man Army Taylor, takes a little kick to the head here. But I'm a tough guy.
Yeah, Bo handled it well. Our stage manager did a good job there. And how they're going to score the end of that, I think that would not be really used in terms of the judges scoring those last 5 seconds. And I don't really know if anyone had an advantage there, but Bermudez lands a quick right as we begin the 2nd round.
Yeah, if anything, they'll score that a takedown, but it might have been after time expired. I was too busy getting kicked in the head to know exactly what second we were at there.
Well, a takedown would be important. I don't think it will be registered.
Yeah, I think that was, in my opinion, that was Bermudez round. He got the takedowns. He controlled. He did well. He stepped up on the big stage, and most importantly, luckily both these guys are fine. So.
Knee by Bermudez, who came storming out of his corner to start this round. Gugerty up against the ropes again.
Great job by the referee there. Shane Garrett pulling on that rope, tightening up a little bit, trying to minimize that give for them to slide through there. And I'm certain that's something that they'll be able to tighten up in between a fight or during a break. So.
Oh, an overhand right hit the back of Gugerty's head.
So far, both these fights tonight in the Grand Prix tournament have brought some excitement in different ways, but Bermudez really stepping up here and figuratively and literally putting Gugerty back on the ropes.
See if Gugerty can land a big right. Something to, there's a right hand, a short right, straight right hand. Now jab. At least that'll keep Bermudez at bay. Bermudez gets in.
Solid punches landed both.
Short combination there. Now Gugerty again, a jab. Some blood from the nostrils of Bermudez.
Bermudez continues to put that pressure on, coming forward. He's dictating the pace to an extent. He doesn't want to get stuck outside in that range, and he goes for a guillotine here.
Oh, he's got his man up. He drops Gugerty.
Uses it as a takedown. It's going to be tough to finish there. He is in half guard. But very smart of him when he lifted Gugerty up, and might not have had it sunken enough. He uses the takedown to slam him down there. And now trying to block that arm and pepper him with those short lefts there. Oh, he uses his left leg. He's blocking that arm.
And look at that left hand. He peppers 3 or 4
unanswered shots with that arm trapped in beneath the leg.
Towards the center, guys.
Good technique strategy by Dennis.
Referee trying to get him to move towards the center of the ring.
Move back to the center of the ring.
They're going back now.
Same position.
We're going to get a break, and what the referee's going to do is going to put them back in the exact same position, but get them off the ropes. One, to the fighter's safety, and 2, to keep action going. So they're not getting caught up on those ropes, or it's minimizing their mobility.
Here we go.
Gugerty known for a very good guard, an active guard, good flexibility. Fought some tough fighters in the UFC, but let's see what he can do for Bermudez, who admitted his weakness in MMA, or what he wants to work on a little bit, is that submission defense, being off his back, if he gets put to his back.
Bermudez very aggressive with the right hand, getting some punches to land, others to miss, but still being aggressive. Knee to the thigh, and Gugerty trying to bounce off that.
Jumps to that guillotine, and Bermudez slides right out. That's the same guillotine that Fickett used to finish Crazy Horse, but Bermudez slid right out of it. Now he's on top, raining down punches, and he has Gugerty's back. With 1 minute remaining, let's see what he can do from here.
Bermudez up against the ropes again, trying to sink a choke in there.
This is a great position for Bermudez, because as the wrestler, he's got the jiu-jitsu guy's back. Right here, Gugerty offers no offense. He can't strike effectively. He can't submit Bermudez. Bermudez just wants to stay on his back. Right there, more punches.
He's rained punches down to the back of Gugerty's head the last couple of minutes.
Yeah, Bermudez kind of came over the top there, and Gugerty was able to sneak out the back and get it standing again.
Look how comfortable he is on his feet, too.
20 seconds left. Gugerty needs to make his mark. He needs to do some damage, score some points. 10 seconds.
Strong round again for Bermudez, who lands a right hand.
Still coming forward.
A couple of jabs.
We asked the question if Bermudez belongs here, if he deserves to be here. Well, I think he answered our question. Yes, he does.
Dennis Bermudez, look, he's still got a ton of energy, and he might need that if he advances. He'll have to win 2 more fights tonight.
All right, what we're seeing here is that front guillotine. He's going to lift Gugerty up. He puts his hips in, and Gugerty leaves his feet and gets slammed. He's staying on top there. Tough to finish from there because you can't arch back. But he's going to use it to control the position. He gets an underhook. Little knee to the stomach. Gugerty jumps to that guillotine, arm in, and right away, he has none of it. Pops his head right out and punches Gugerty a couple times in return. Really, really solid job taking his back there. Hammers. This kid is for real. Gugerty, no slouch, takes his back. Very, very impressive so far.
And Gugerty was one of the guys that yesterday we were talking to a lot of the people around Shine Fight Promotions, and they said he could be the favorite.
Right. Coming up the UFC, he has some quality wins, some quality fights. He's beaten Matt Grice, who's a solid wrestler, Cub Swanson, so he definitely belongs.
But remember, he did take the fight on short notice on Monday. It could have been a factor. Let's go up to Ray once again.
Ladies and gentlemen, after 2 rounds of action, your winner by way of unanimous decision, and moving on to the semifinals of the Shine Fights Lightweight Grand Prix, the Menace, Dennis